Hey guys, this is Calvinas and welcome to my tutorial on how to root the Moto G. Keep in mind this is the XT1033 version running on Android Lollipop 5.1.2. Now I've seen a lot of tutorials and websites which really complicate the method of rooting, and you have to download a bunch of different files to root your phone. But if you're like me, then you want things simple and easy. So all you gotta do in this tutorial is download a single file. Yeah, you heard me right. A single file, that's all you need. But before we begin, I'd like to tell you that I'm not responsible for any damage to your device, and that rooting may or may not break your device. So unless you've understood the risks, please do not proceed further. Okay, so the prereqs that you got to take care of are: number one, backup everything on the Moto G, because unlocking the bootloader and carrying out the rooting procedure will certainly wipe all of your data. So backup everything on your Moto G. Number two is that you've got to download this software. It's called WinRAR. Make sure you have this before we begin. Number three is you got to download the Motorola drivers. I'll put the links of both in the description, so you don't need to worry. Next thing you got to do is take your Moto G, power it off, and before that make sure you enable USB debugging in the settings option, and go to developer options and enable USB debugging. Yeah, so power off your Moto G, and simultaneously, once it's powered off, press the power off button and the volume down key together simultaneously for a few seconds. Here, right here, we have this here. Click on the power key and the volume down key. Once you've done that, and once you've released it, you're gonna enter into something called the fast boot mode. Now it's gonna look something like this. So just plug in your Moto G to your PC and just let that be. Now remember that single file I was talking to you about? Yeah, the link 1 in the description leads to that file. So the file will lead you to a site known as filehosting.org. Here you have my channel's name, caldronos.rar. So make sure you download this file. This is where the actual rooting process is going to take place. So you just input your email address and it will send you a download link. I already have the file here. This is what it will look like. Using WinRAR, click on extract files, right click and click on extract files. Okay. And yeah, as you can see here, it has extracted the file. This is where the rooting process will take place. Okay, so click on it, Calvinas. Now you have these 3 folders here. The first thing we're gonna use is to unlock the bootloader of the device. This is the first important thing you got to do. So go inside, you have all these files, let that be. Now the second link 2, will lead you here. This is for unlocking your bootloader. This is the first step. So make sure you've read the risks before you proceed further. And if you wish to not continue, then you can reboot your Moto G by pressing the volume up key on the normal power up. Just press the volume up key and it will boot to the normal way. So if you're still willing to go after reading the risks, click next. Once you've clicked next, it will lead you here. It will tell you to sign in to Motorola using your Motorola ID. If you don't want to make an ID and you don't have the time, then sign in with your Google account which you use to log into Motorola. So once you click that, you'll enter this. Now, what you gotta do is, you remember that file? These files, hold shift and right click and click open command window here. You'll have this CMD pop-up which is gonna come, and then what you're gonna do is, you see this command here, right click it, copy and paste and click enter, and you're gonna have all these big numbers here, all these. So right click, mark and copy this thing. So copy this. Now you can close this, and now you gotta go to a notepad, just paste it, yeah. So you have all these numbers. You gotta get it in a single line, so backspace, so click backspace and get everything in a single line. Once you have everything in a single line, copy it and paste it here, number 6. So paste it and click can my device be unlocked. Scroll down and you'll see this user agreement. Click on request unlock key, and this will void your warranty. If you're sure you're gonna continue with this, click OK. These are one of the few risks which rooting follows. Make sure you've reviewed the risks. Yes, so next thing you gotta do is you're gonna receive an email to your email ID, whichever you have signed in with, and you're gonna get a unique unlock key. Then you gotta take this, copy it, paste it in the same window, space your unique key, whichever key you had gotten, just copy paste it here and click enter. Once that happens, your Motorola will boot up. Now make sure that you do this step correctly, because it might not work out then. So your Moto G will begin to reboot now, and you might see that all your data has been wiped. So this is the unlocking the bootloader part. This was a little bit difficult. Next up is the actual rooting procedure. So do the same thing you did before. Power off your Moto G, go to the fast boot option, press down the power button and the volume down key, and click the third folder, root file. This one is really easy. You don't have to do anything much. You can see the last one here, root Windows batch file. Double click it and you're gonna see this little thing here. So please make sure your device is in the boot mode of fast boot mode before continuing. Warning, all your data may be wiped. Warning, we are going to run the OEM unlock command on your device. If your device was not previously unlocked, this will wipe all your data. After the unlock, CF Auto Root will boot. You should see a big red Android on your device screen. So click any key to continue, and once you've clicked that key, you will see your Moto G rebooting. Right now I don't have my device connected, so it's coming here waiting for device, but when you actually do it, your Moto G will start rebooting again and you will have super user permissions. If you wish to run your Moto G with the same software, then you can go ahead with this. You will have all the super user permissions. The root permissions will all be yours without any changes to the software. But if you want to use another software, then you will need to use the platform tools, the custom recovery. So basically you're again going back into the fast boot mode, power off plus volume down key, and then you gotta type this fast boot flash recovery.image, copy it, go back to that file, hold on shift and click right, open command window here, paste it and enter it. Right now I don't have my device, so it says waiting for device, but once you do that, your custom recovery will be installed, and in a flash of a second we have completed all the rooting procedures. Thank you, YouTube. I'll see you next time.